Welcome back to Book to Friday podcast. We've got the best deals today. Make sure that you like, you subscribe. It's only 99
for the low price of 0.55.
For the low price of only 3 Bitcoin, you can own a share in Broke Till Friday podcast
by subscribing.
Put our Ethereum wallet at the bottom. But yeah, if you're on Spotify,
you will share a portion of our NFT.
Exactly.
Our Broke Till Friday NFT.
We are not fungible, okay? We are people. You cannot funge us. I will find you and funge you if you try and funge us.
We'll funge your funginess.
And make sure that if you're on Spotify, you rate the show so it can then get recommended to other people. Now, if you're on YouTube...
Don't forget to post us on all your socials.
Exactly. Truth Social being the best social media.
Now, this is now an MLM. If you if you send this video to 5 people...
If you send this video to 5 people, not only will it bring you great luck, but you will also have sent this video to 5 people. Yeah. Now, if those 5 people send it to another 5 people...
They will also have great luck, but you'll have better luck.
Exactly. You keep sapping the luck from people. So
exactly.
So, unfortunately, Dale Gribbles' voice actor, Johnny Hardwick, passed away. And it's, a moment of silence for Dale. And now we're going to be watching a highlight reel of Dale's best moments.
It does kind of suck, TBH. It really does suck.
Well, because they were going to do the revival, and it's like, yeah, you can do, like, Luann died who knows how many years ago. Lucky, the Tom Petty, he died a couple years ago, right? And so you're like, okay, Lucky and Luann, they could be on the side. Their kid can come by or whatever. And then just mention them off screen. But now you have, Dale passes away. You can't have a reboot.
Dale's one of the main ones,
Can't have a reboot without him, man. So
and also because like King of the Hill was like a big portion of my childhood. It's one of the only shows on before like I had to go to sleep.
Yeah,
that's
funny. Dale's best moments.
The reruns.
What the hell are you doing? Give it.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Boo. I am a high-priced Washington lobbyist peddling influence. Who wants candy? Run, Hank! Portal to hell. Rematch. I thought we agreed never to discuss the horrors that we saw on the killing fields of the Fun Center. I know what's wrong with it. It's a Ford. You know what they say Ford stands for, don't you? It stands for fix it again, Tony.
You're thinking of a Fiat, Dale.
Fix it again. Hank, you have bullied this production and stifled my creativity from day 1. It is now day 2. I quit. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of nonsense. I killed 8 gophers last year and a purebred Tennessee walking horse that was looking at me funny. Is that a real computer?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, my name is Rusty Shackleford. Shackleford.
You half-wits could be looking at jail time.
My name is Shackleford, Rusty Shackleford. I refuse to speak without my attorney present. I am Mr. Shackleford's attorney, Rusty Shackleford. My client pleads insanity. Let me take this opportunity to introduce the band. On keyboards, the big B himself, Rusty Shackleford.
Dale Gribble?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Rusty Shackleford.
What?
It's me, Dale.
But that's impossible. Rusty died in 3rd grade.
I didn't die. I moved. You need to stop using my name, Dale.
I am not using your name, and I am not Dale.
Come on, Dale. You're smoking the same brand of cigarettes you did in the 3rd grade.
Get off my property, whoever I am!
Whoa, Dale, this bridge goes into Mexico.
Whoops, did I make a wrong turn? All right, let me try to spin around. Nope. Not yet. Now? Nope. Oh, well, we're in Mexico. What are you gonna do? Hey, I know what's wrong with your truck. It's your quote-unquote pollution controls. I heard on talk radio you don't even need them. They're just an egghead government plot.
How is cutting down on pollution a government plot, Dale?
Open up your eyes, man. They're trying to control global warming. Get it? Global.
So what?
That's code for UN commissars telling Americans what temperature it's going to be in our outdoors. I say let the world warm up. See what Boutros golly thinks about that. We'll grow oranges in Alaska.
Dale, you
Wait,
giblet
what
head.
is he
We live in
talking about?
Texas. It's already 110 in the summer, and if it gets 1 degree hotter, I'm gonna kick your ass.
What are you asking Bill for? The army destroyed all his brain cells with their deadly placebo drug. No wonder he's an ignoramus.
What did you say?
Ignoramus. It means stupid, you moron.
Dale, you said placebo.
Yeah, I read it in Bill's file. That was the name of the drug they gave him. Placebo. I think it's made by Pfizer.
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 He would have been against the vaccine.
Damn it, Dale.
Yeah, he would have hella been anti-vaccine. Well, that's what we said. QAnon. He'd be the far right.
Well, who knows?
Far right now. Yeah.
I don't know if he'd be specifically QAnon, because then he might think that QAnon is a psyop.
That's
you know?
true.
He would have
That's
thought
true.
January 6th was a psyop to get
Yeah.
more control.
Yeah.
You know, he would have been on the other side.
There's
So.
he'd still be far right. Far right.
Yeah,
overall.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But
I was having a conversation with one of my friends about whether Hank would be a Republican, like one of the right wingers, and I don't think so.
no, because he talks about gun control in one of his in one of the episodes.
Well, also
so.
because he refused to vote for a Republican candidate specifically in the show because he had a weak handshake.
That too.
Like he would not stand for like any of the things, because the thing is that like a lot of like the now like really right wing people, they were like Hank before, like 2002. He's supposed to be like 2002 era type Republican, and all those shifted up further right, except for some who became like center, but mostly shifted right. But I don't think Hank would.
No, yeah. So speaking about Hank Hill, we've got the best dad tier list,
Yes.
and we've got just some of the classic TV dads. I'm familiar with almost all of them, just like the one or two that I don't know too much about. Right?
I will try to remember most of them because I don't remember most of them.
All right. So here are your choices, right? We've got
All right.
Homer Simpson, right? Peter Griffin, Bob Belcher, right, from Bob's Burgers, Fred Flintstone, Hank Hill, Hugh Neutron from Jimmy Neutron, Stan Smith, Stan Marsh from South Park, Goku, obviously, and then
Obviously.
Nemo's dad.
Nemo's dad.
So out of those, who do you think is the best dad?
Bob. Unequivocally.
Okay, I was going to say your answer on
Unequivocally.
3. Okay. Well, we'll do our number 2 answer on
right,
3,
I
right?
know
Okay, so
number 2 answer
so
on 3.
Bob, easy dub.
Easy S tier.
Easy S tier. He's
Dub.
the best dad because he genuinely cares about his kids, and it isn't for any selfish reasons like some of the other dads who
Yeah.
they'll come around occasionally and but still be assholes. No, he genuinely cares about his kids.
He's always there for his kids.
He's always there
does
for him. He
things.
listens to him. He's a little lazy sometimes,
Yeah.
but he still cares
Well, he's
about
just
them.
he's a dad. He's just a good dad. He's just
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah, and
People are
there's-
still sometimes a little lazy.
yeah, and also, I mean, remember they're struggling, they're
Yeah.
poor, so it's not like he has the luxury of being like,
They
you
run
know,
a
it's-
restaurant that had to have 7 reopenings.
Exactly.
They're not exactly, but also
Yeah.
like the whole thing is that like one thing like I forgot where I was reading about this, but like in the modern day, a lot of like what's missing from child rearing is essentially a community. Because like when you can't cover, like you can't learn everything from 2 people, right? Those 2 people
Yeah.
have limited amounts of experience. They've only been through a certain amount of things. So if you want to learn more things, you need to have a wider net of people
commune.
raising you. Yeah,
Of course, a
sort of.
commune with a supreme leader,
Yes, exactly. You know,
Okay.
that'll make you shave your head.
and at the
gotta
end you'll have
dress
your Kool-Aid fiesta,
yeah.
and you'll go right up to God, zip right up to him.
right after the comet passes by.
Exactly. So,
No, but for real,
and then-
like what's missing is basically a sense of community in youth and child rearing in like the last like couple decades. And Bob's Burgers is like the show as a message of child rearing is does the exact opposite, especially when compared to other sitcoms and stuff. It generally has them learning from someone in their community. It's not just their parents raising them; it's more of like the town that they live in raising them.
yeah, I guess that's true. But the kids are still fucking weird. So.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's the
They're
whole
kids,
point.
though.
They're kids.
That's-
They're kids.
yeah,
They're
that's it.
supposed to
They're
be weird.
kids.
Like that's their process of learning. They're
Yeah.
weird.
But they made Gene a little weird in one of the seasons where he was like really like hitting on the mom and stuff like that, and it was like
I don't remember that. I think you downloaded the wrong Bob's Burger.
No.
You torrented the wrong.
He kept making like comments and stuff like that, and then my girl and I, we were watching. We were like, why is Gene being like this? Like he seemed a little flanderized, but they brought it back in this new season. They reined it back.
Oh, okay,
he's not
that's
as weird.
good, that's
so
good.
So Number 2. So Bob, again, easy dub, right?
Easy dub. Easy dub.
Number 2, Dad. So remember, the choices are Homer, Peter Griffin, Fred Flintstone, Hank Hill, Hugh Neutron, Stan Smith, Stan Marsh, Goku, and Nemo's dad.
Hold on, wait, one more time.
Homer, Peter Griffin, Fred Flintstone, Hank Hill, Hugh Neutron, Stan Smith, Stan Marsh, Goku, and then Nemo's dad. So who's number 2? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Nemo's
Hill.
dad. Nemo's dad. Dude. Okay. You can't say Hank Hill because Hank Hill's not even in my top 5.
No?
If I'm being honest. Nope.
Why?
I'll plead you my case afterwards. But here's my case for Nemo's dad. Nemo's dad literally risked his fucking life to not only save the babies, but he's a single dad. He lost his wife and all his other kids.
Yeah.
And he risks life and limb. And, he goes, sees like sharks, all this stuff just to get his son back. And then is still able to accept that, yeah, he can protect his son, but he still has to let him swim along or he's not going to develop. And he does learn that. And he accepts that. So
I guess
he's number 2.
I guess
That makes sense, right?
I don't think that's a fair standard in this list because like Stan Smith, who I wouldn't even put in my top 5, how do you call it? Frequently, technically does go out and risks his life.
But he's an asshole to the
Yeah, I
family,
know, but that's
regardless.
why.
No.
Yeah.
But that's it balances it. Nemo was never an asshole. Nemo's dad, was
Nemo's
never
dad, yeah.
directly an asshole. He was indirectly because of his fear of something happening to him. But again, he realizes it at the end of the movie and lets him be. So.
Okay, all right, you convinced me.
Right?
Number 2.
That makes
Nemo's
sense.
dad. Number 2.
So we've got Homer, Peter Griffin, Fred Flintstone, Hank Hill, Hugh Neutron, Stan Smith, Goku, Stan Marsh, right? I think...
Actually, you know what? No, I think Fred Flintstone would be up there too.
He's number 3. I'll be honest. He's number 3 on my list. Fred Flintstone, because he's
Okay,
he's a bit of a
unconvinced
goofus
now.
No, listen. He's a bit of a goofus, right? But he still listens to his family. He works hard. He provides for them. But he also puts them in dangerous situations occasionally because of his own dumbness, but then learns from it,
Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly, to be honest.
Maybe.
But I guess it also depends which one because I'm remembering the like modern comic line for the Flintstones.
No, I'm thinking of the 1960s, the cartoon.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like the cartoon. Yeah. The Fred Flintstone original OG canon.
All right, yeah, the OG, the original.
But again, I
can't remember that, so I'll go with what you say.
Yeah, I put him at 3. He's a good dad. He's a great dad. But I wouldn't say he's like above and beyond like Bob or like Nemo's dad. That's why. He's a good dad. You give him that. That's why he's number 3. He's number 3. It's not bad.
All right.
Number 4.
I think the spiciness is gonna come who we rate the worst.
Exactly. Number 4, I would put Homer. Homer is stupid, but he does some of the most selfless things. He gave up his own intelligence for his kids. Remember? It's such a sad episode.
Yeah, but he frequently abuses them too.
Well, again, because he's dumb or because he takes them for granted, right? But he learns. No, but that's why he's number 4.
Like he chokes Bart out every episode.
Yeah, well, in the earlier ones, but it's
in the modern ones he does worse.
I was like, it's played off as a joke, but
yeah, I know. But like,
remember,
still,
think who he's up against. You've got Goku, Stan Marsh, Stan Smith, Hugh Neutron. Homer is one of the better fathers of all of those, and I would argue better than Hank Hill, because
I wouldn't argue better than Hank Hill.
Listen. He actually supports his kids. He supported Lisa with her music stuff. He supports Bart when when Bart's not having his hijinks. When he actually focuses
when he's
and pays
not
attention.
physically abusing Bart.
Exactly right. No, but he's overall a good father because he's still honest with them. He worked hard for the kids. Remember when they were like, "Don't forget, you'll be here forever," and then he looks at Maggie's picture and he's like, "Do it for her." Yeah, like, that's one of the best episodes.
I just don't know if Homer beats Hank Hill.
I think because I'm thinking early Simpsons. That's why.
Maybe
I don't count this last. Again,
season 8 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Season 7. Sorry,
whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But
they're like on 24 seasons.
Exactly. Like I'm basing this on all the early Simpsons when he was written as a good person, not as like flanderized.
Yeah.
Or just a caricature of himself, right? He was a very solid, fleshed out figure. And yeah, he was dumb sometimes. Yeah, he would take them for granted. But again, he did some of the biggest personal sacrifices for them. He gave up his own intelligence for his kids. he was like, if it's going to make them happy again for me to be like this, then put me back, Doc. He
Hank Hill
flowers for Algernon himself.
The thing is that, like, Hank Hill, from my memory, eventually does come around to supporting most of Bobby's activities, unless he thinks it's going to damage his future.
But he's actively an asshole for him throughout most of the seasons, all because he doesn't understand him. And there's, like, several times where, like, he wants to be supportive of something, and then like when he figures out baking or whatever, right? And Peggy's actually helping him with that, right? And he's like, no, baking is for girls, you're supposed to be cooking. And then he only likes him at the end because he's good at cooking, grilling.
Yeah.
It's like, do you realize that because he's good at baking, why would you think he wouldn't be good at grilling later on? You get me?
Yeah.
Like, I know Bobby's also a little dumb too when he's like playing video games, or he's like telling him, oh boy, why don't you come out and do this? But it's like, he is actively against him and lies to him multiple times as well. Like when he's like, oh, I'm listening to like parody music. Weird Al Yankovic loves this stuff. And he's like, Weird Al blew his brains out in the 80s because his records weren't selling. And, you know, it's like, what? Like, I know it's a joke in the thing, right? But he's actively lying to him and trying to like dissuade him from being a comedian or from doing things that actually interest him. And in one of the episodes, he even goes, Bobby tells Hank, Dad, why do you hate things you don't understand? And he's like, I don't hate you, Bobby. And Bobby wasn't talking about himself.
Yeah.
He was talking about the fact that Bobby was actually good at gardening. And he's like, gardening's for women and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's such a humongous asshole to him for most of the time, unless Bobby literally does exactly what he wants him to do.
Dang. Okay, maybe I'm just remembering.
I know this because my girl rewatches King of the Hill all the time. Yeah, it's like her comfort TV show, right?
Okay.
She rewatches it all the time. It's her favorite TV show. And I'm always hearing it in the background. So anytime like Hank does it, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, I'm listening to it for like the third time. Like, he's actually an asshole. Like, why is he doing this? You know? And he's unsupportive to Peggy for the most part. Yeah, he loves her, of course, at the end of the day. But like, there's so many times where he just... They're holding hands in public or something, and he's like, no, you want me to hold hands? No, and he picks up 2 tools just so he doesn't have to hold her hands. Like, he's a terrible husband and father.
Okay,
He's
okay.
a
Maybe I'm just
terrible
remembering the
husband
good parts, like when he infiltrated the fucking cult to get Luann out of the...
He didn't even infiltrate it. All he didn't know, they stood outside, waved some meat smell over, and they're like, "Oh, I smell meat," and then they rescued them. Yeah, they did rescue them. But it was like he wasn't like he wasn't doing espionage or anything. He was just cooking. He was just using meat.
And then when he like sacrifices his like beloved truck to go save Bobby.
Well,
and he risks his
that
life.
he was still being stupid. He was still being stupid because he was like, all the mechanics that he'd visited were telling him, get a new truck. You have to do this. And it was his own stubbornness that got him into that problem in the first place. If he hadn't, then he wouldn't have gotten stuck right there. And then Bobby wouldn't have been fucking like, walking along in the mud and whatnot. It's literally his own fault. I'm telling you. That's why Homer's a better dad than Hank.
All right.
Makes sense,
You convinced me. Yeah, you convinced me. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So... Yeah. Hank Hill. Yeah,
Hank Hill. Terrible father. Terrible father and husband.
So we have right now, it's Bob, Nemo's dad, Fred Flintstone, Homer Simpson, and I guess we'll put Hank.
No, you know what? I should have come to that conclusion in the first place. You know why? Because I'm remembering the very first episode of The Simpsons. It's literally about Homer sacrificing and going to go get the dog for them.
Yeah, when they get Santa's little helper.
Yeah,
exactly.
Santa's little helper. It's the very first episode of the thing, and it's all about Homer trying to be wholesome and doing something nice for his family despite being dumb.
Exactly. So, so Hank Hill's number 5, right? Because I would argue he is better than Hugh Neutron, Stan Smith, Stan Marsh, and Goku. So
yeah.
The next one I would probably say after Hank Hill is probably Stan Smith. Because he does love his family. Like you said, he does risk his life and limb, but sometimes his hijinks get them into trouble.
I feel like most of the times his hijinks get them into trouble.
Or Roger's dumbass.
Yeah, Roger. It's either Roger or Stan.
Or the fish.
Either, yeah. Look, so I'm remembering very clearly the American Dad episode that I remember the clearest. Even though I've seen more episodes and different ones more times than this one. I don't know why this one is just stuck in my memory. And I even remember like the place I saw it and everything. It's a weirdly constructed memory.
Vivid memory,
yeah. I was like at my like cousin's place. It was like midnight or something. Whole thing. It was when they got caught in like a drag race for some reason because of Stan, and he had like undo parts of the car and throw it back, and it was his fault they were in that fucking drag race for no reason. Like I remember that so clearly. It was just him being like a fucking piece of shit dumbass and getting them involved with like out of the fucking gang members and shit. I don't know. It was funny. It was weird. Yeah.
But I would put Stan Smith next after Hank Hill, just because again he loves his country and he does love his family. Because he keeps Haley and her idiot husband in the house anyways, even after they're like...
Roger, too.
And Roger,
And Roger. He tries to do what's right.
And he helps hide him and everything from the government because he knows the government would do to him.
Yeah. All right.
So again, remember, we're not saying he's the best dad. We're saying he's just after Hank Hill in this list.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So next up, we still have Hugh Neutron, Stan Marsh, and Goku. I think Hugh Neutron's probably next, just because he's so fucking stupid. But I haven't seen enough Jimmy Neutron.
No, he actively disincentivizes Jimmy Neutron for most things. I've never once in the show, from what I remember, seen him be supportive.
So
of
Hugh
Jimmy.
Neutron, Stan Marsh, and Goku. Okay, so actually Goku would probably be next then, huh?
Goku would be next. I wanted to put
does...
Goku a little bit higher maybe, but I think it's fine right there too.
Because he abandons his kid.
No, he's dead. He's freaking dead.
He abandoned his kid.
He literally fucking dead.
Well, also...
He was dead. Most of the times he abandoned his children. He was literally dead.
Also, he didn't bother training him, though. He was so busy with himself that he didn't bother training him when he was a baby.
A good portion of that was he was dead.
But
he was dead.
But he starts training Goten.
Goten?
He starts training him. Remember?
Yeah, when he's back alive.
But you get my point, right? He has to learn. He has to learn the point of raising Gohan, so that Gohan was just a little shit. Basically, he wasn't raised at all.
Okay, at the start of the series, Gohan wasn't trained because Chi-Chi didn't want him to start training. They were barely about to start the training now that he was that old. It's in episode 1. In episode 1, he's like, "Yeah, we're about to barely start training." Chi-Chi wanted him to have like a normal life and focus on his studies.
Okay.
That's Chi-Chi's fault. I will maintain that is Chi-Chi's fault. And also, none of them knew that he was going to need to be strong. At this point, remember, the main bad guy of the world, the main bad guy, the overall end of thing, had already been killed. Like Dragon Ball Z, at the start of Dragon Ball Z, you already had like 13 volumes of Dragon Ball beforehand. And King Piccolo had been killed already.
True.
They didn't even really know that like Piccolo was back, like our Piccolo.
Or that there was going to be some universal
or that
threat.
Saiyans. Who's going to predict aliens coming down?
Honestly... No one did, but whatever. So he's still
not only that, but he's like best friends with like one of the wealthiest people in the world. So Gohan would for sure have always been taken care of.
Nepotism,
through
you're
Bulma's
right.
money.
Fucking nepo baby.
Yeah, nepo baby. He would have been a straight up nepo baby. Like he would have any resource he wants. Not only that, but Chi-Chi is like the princess of like some grand king too. Yeah. And like even though like he abandoned,
they moved to the city or whatever,
and everything, he still has all that wealth. So like no matter what, it's a wealthy family.
Well off.
Yeah.
All right.
Not to mention that he does have quite a bit of prize money from the earlier tournaments he participated in.
Yep.
So, and even if he didn't,
Gohan and Goten are
Goku. He can literally
babies.
just win any of the tournaments.
That's true. Yeah.
I like this is not counting
anymore.
Super because I'm not too big into Super because I'm pretty sure like
Super was great.
I'm pretty sure Goku's antics in Super threaten like the multiverse basically.
No, he saves it.
Because he saves it in the end, but they weren't in that situation until he put him there. Because he how do you call it?
No,
he asked for King the oval motherfucker for a tournament, and so as a result, he made like the tournament of power basically, and then that threatened the universe. Every universe that got that lost a tournament of power gets erased.
Let me see. Did he ask Zeno that though? Let me see.
But again, then that would just be his stupidity, and then obviously modern Goku's a little bit more flanderized.
No. It's just his I would say naivety probably because he's still pretty naive when he's like fighting.
He's a little naive, but he's not that naive.
He is because there's multiple times where it's like Frieza, really you gonna do this? And Frieza's like no, and it's like aha, I did. Or
for a battle, but he doesn't risk his like friends and family in the earlier seasons.
Let me see. Yeah, so Goku convinces Zeno to get the ball rolling on Tournament of Power. So he does, but you're forgetting at the end Goku then wishes for the for all the universes to come back, and then Zeno tells him it was a test all along. If you had wished for something selfish, we would have erased all of existence. And everyone was like, and you just left that in Goku's hands? But because they knew Goku was good on the inside. Yeah. So, I think Goku's actually better than Stan Smith. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Because most of the issues that people have with him being a bad father happen when he's dead.
That's true.
He can't come back, and they only let him come back because there's some grand like world thing. And the only other time they let him come back is to train the reincarnation of Boo or whatever.
Oh yeah, Oob.
Oob, and that was to train him for like the next generation of whatever. Like Heaven made a special exception for that. Like, he has to convince King Yama. He has to convince like the various gods of heaven to like rewrite the laws of reality to let him come back, or gather the Dragon Balls. And
it was like they could just wish him back.
I think there was like a rule in the earlier one where like you could only wish someone back like 3 times or something.
No. So because they even upgraded their Dragon Balls also, so they got 3 wishes instead of just 1. But anyways.
Yeah, but they were less powerful. That was one of the key details of it.
Oh, I
they
remember
were less
that.
powerful.
You get more wishes, but they're not as powerful.
They're not as powerful. And
I cannot bring someone back to life who's already died.
I think after that upgrade, it wasn't just that. It was also that you could only bring back someone like twice or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
unless you want to count GT, where you have the universe Dragon Balls, and then that one is like basically unlimited power, but they separate out into the universe instead of just the world. That makes sense. And if you don't gather them back within like I think a year or something, the universe dies.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, you know, that's a very
it's not broken at all.
No, not broken at all.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh card to be banned. So okay, it's now Goku higher than Stan Smith, and then it's Hugh Neutron after Stan Smith, and then I think finally, I guess, Stan Marsh.
Stan Marsh
from South Park, because he's the worst fucking dad.
Stan Marsh
he's the worst fucking
objectively
dad.
The worst. Objectively
the worst fucking dad.
The
He's
worst
not supportive. He's an
shit.
idiot. He's fucking selfish. All the above, right?
For every reason that makes him funny is the reason that he's a bad dad. Because he's
Basically.
made to be a bad dad. They're all made to be. It's like it's not exactly, but it's almost like It's Always Sunny in Philly. They're supposed to be pieces of
They're
shit.
supposed to be pieces of shit. So overall, our best dads tier list right now. So we've got Bob, Nemo's dad. Sorry, first place, obviously Bob. Second place is Nemo's dad. Third place, Fred Flintstone. Fourth place is Homer Simpson. Fifth place is Hank Hill. Sixth place was Goku. Seventh place was Stan Smith. Eighth place was Hugh Neutron. Ninth place was
Jimmy's. Oh no.
Wait, what did I fucking skip? Oops, I skipped Peter. It was Bob from Bob's Burgers. Oh, we didn't even talk about
Peter. Peter Griffin is below.
I would put him above Stan Smith because he does genuinely care about most of his family.
I don't think so.
In the first seasons, he does. He's not a complete fucking moron in the first few seasons. That's
the first
the problem.
Like 2 or 3 afterwards.
No,
yeah, he becomes a piece of shit.
I know, but I'm saying okay.
Because like now, obviously, they're all fucking sociopaths who've like,
who knows what they've done, right? At this point, but okay. So Peter Griffin, we'll put him below Stan then, because Peter really does hate Meg, and Stan doesn't genuinely hate any of his family members.
How do you call it? All the seasons that have had Peter, which is all of them, he actually hates Meg.
Actively,
yeah.
Unless he could exploit her in that one where she did like the glow up or whatever. So
I don't even remember that.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
That was like the first season when she still had the other voice. So, then we had so Stan Smith, and then Hugh Neutron, and then Stan Smith, Peter Griffin, Hugh Neutron, and then finally Stan Marsh.
Yeah.
All right. Stan Marsh being the worst of them. So
Stan Marsh, yeah.
God bless Bob Belcher. So we were talking about something offline. I was talking about something with Walter, right?
Yeah.
When we were doing the write up,
doing the script.
We talked about Alabama a lot last episode because of the genetics, the cousins thing, right? Talked a lot about Alabama, and then you know what happened in Alabama?
Tell me what happened.
The Alabama River Boat Brawl. I'll be honest. I know exactly. I know the details, but I don't know exactly what happened, right?
Loki, I would have loved to be a part of it.
Let's watch it and find out exactly what it was, right? Because the Alabama Riverboat Brawl, the point I was trying to make also is, did we manifest this?
We manifested.
Did we manifest fucking
This is the power of
Riverboat Brawl? We talked about Alabama so much, they're like, you know what? We're going to have a problem.
We're going to have a problem here.
Warning, graphic content, everybody.
Graphic content, these nuts.
The white guys all suffer.
Yeah.
And he still didn't move his
Someone
boat.
forgot their sunscreen.
Still didn't move his boat. Clapping his hand. He's like, clapping his hand.
Oh.
What a fucking asshole. He's like, takes off his fucking hand.
Signal.
And then all the fucking frat boys
the
come
fucking
by.
white guys all show up.
Rich white pricks.
Yeah, all the pieces of shit.
And they're attacking an old guy. And
Yeah. It's just security guards. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing his job, and they're
Yeah.
completely wrong.
Well, it's because it's like a party boat full of like black
Frat
people.
boys.
No, the party boat was being recorded from.
Oh.
It's like they're supposed to be there. They're like on a cruise thing or whatever, and they're
get
supposed to
you.
park there. And the white people are blocking them from stopping. So the security guards trying to get them to move their
Yeah.
tiny ass boat.
Oh my god, and then one of the guys fucking swam over just to fuck him up. Damn. There's all this swearing.
Yeah.
We got action, baby.
Jesus.
She ain't finna do nothing. Arrest that. Oh, Lord. Look. He want more action.
I'm just waiting for the chair.
Slammed over there. Swim though. Did you see him take off in that water?
Your boy finna go get him.
Hell yeah.
Hey, your boy.
No, don't stop it now.
Don't stop him now. Shh, they want to see the action.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got to get his looks back. Oh, they're starting. Don't hold him back. Why hold him back? Oh,
you fucking
He drop kicked him, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fucking slammed the one. Damn, that fool wanted fucking hands.
The white lady's fucking.
Yeah.
He got his son. Take your boy, take.
They're like, take your boy back.
Oh, there you go.
You see that party, that boat right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're blocking.
Yeah.
That little young boy, take. Who the nicest one? The little young boy?
No.
I bet you the white guys are just talking mad shit the whole time, too.
Yeah. That's why they gotta hold him back, because he's probably talking shit in front of them, too.
Yeah, but he should let the car just handle that dog.
Damn, how long did this thing last? I feel
Bro,
like
she's fucking talking shit too now.
I know.
The white lady. Shoot, I would have been singing too. Fuck. They just jumped you and then they're talking shit. Yeah.
Right?
I'm talking about he throwing
And they still gotta move the fucking boat.
He already swam across this water. He's seen. He got the car right there. He touched the rubber.
See, I kind of want another angle close by or something.
Yeah.
But he moved, he untied their boat. He untied their boat.
It worked. They're gonna be able to park.
But they should have moved though. They know they in the wrong, so they should have moved.
Yeah, you see?
They was over there, they should have moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was the chair?
What was the track? I think there's a longer version, so I don't think they got it under control like that.
And ain't nobody get arrested.
Did I miss the chair? Because I apparently some white lady also got hit, and they were complaining like, oh, you know, why would they assault the white woman? Like I was seeing a bunch of that shit, and I was like,
Let me see.
I don't know if you know this, but generally, if you're in the middle of a brawl, you're kind of kind of placing yourself.
Ooh,
in
I
a
found
position.
another found another angle. Let me see.
Tonight, Montgomery, Alabama's mayor reacting to a fight between two groups on the city's riverfront, saying it never should have happened. Videos of the incident went
bat
viral.
signal.
The person recording this one telling NBC News it started because a pontoon boat was blocking the spot where the riverboat she was on needed to dock. She says the crewmen from her boat disembarked, and you see the fight starting right there. People just running over and joining. Then it just turned into this massive all-out brawl. Groups punching, shoving, kicking. At one point, someone even ends up in the water. The mayor says they...
Man, I want to see the chair.
I want to see the violence. No.
I know. I'm like, the whole point of reacting was seeing the fucking chair.
Yeah.
But... Oh, well. I know there was a whole meme about the chair, right? But... So, background on that, obviously, you guys heard they were in the wrong because they were the ones that were blocking the riverboat, the white guys, and they refused to move. The security guard asked them to move, and then they didn't because they're, I don't know, privileged white pricks, right?
He was like a supervisor security guard, no? He wasn't just like a regular security guard because he wasn't wearing the blue vest, the blue thing. He was wearing the white shirt.
I think so, yeah. So
like he was literally the manager of the place, basically.
Yeah.
They
They busted a Karen. Let me talk to your manager. They brought the manager, and they still fucking...
Yeah, then they swung at the manager.
Yeah, they still swung at the
Watch
manager.
out, Karen near you.
I know.
Let me speak to your manager.
These Karens are getting fucking brazen now,
Yeah.
right? But...
Bunch of racist white people.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And it's funny because now you have people... The life cycle of a meme, it goes by so fast nowadays, right? Where you have something like this.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
The cops holding the chairs like, haha, look at us, fellow kids. We're also in on the meme. And it's like, yep, the joke is over.
Literally that image of Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow youth.
How do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, the joke is over once cops start appropriating the meme. And
also,
like,
what is that supposed to, like, what is the joke that they have
that
here?
you're patrolling...
They don't understand the jokes.
Yeah, you're patrolling low-income neighborhoods with... with chairs now?
Did they finally defund the police or
Honestly,
something? Like, come on.
They did not.
They didn't.
But
announcer, like the narrator voice.
They did not. So that's basically all it is.
Yeah, it's just a fight. It's a bunch of racist white people being racist white people, and then they got their shit rocked.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't understand the audacity of people to be like so in the wrong that they start swinging. And it's like, again, he's an older guy that you're just going to start fighting. And come on, man. What's the point of this? But I really do think we manifested this.
Yes. Our conversation and podcast,
it feels
brought
manifested.
it into the world. We generated it with our minds.
Honestly, it does feel manifested, right? But we now have one of your favorite websites, TikTok, right? Where apparently
I thought you were gonna say Pornhub. No.
Apparently, aliens in Peru.
Aliens in Peru. God damn it, dude. Okay, so I hate you know me. We discuss this with Walter and Michael all the time. The moon landing happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
I am so over and done with like the conspiracy side of TikTok. It is unbelievable. Like it is brain cell reducing levels of like stupidity and cringe. They will take like this, like the most like cartoony Pirates of the Caribbean map over, like draw out like some fucking like random 3 squiggles on it and then say this was the lost city of Tarantula or something. And this is where the giants from the Bible were actually aliens.
And it turns out that they were the ones who invented calculus, but it was lost in the Library of Alexandria, which didn't actually exist. It was actually a hard drive or something.
God, yeah, and they were the original white race. Like it always devolves back into that. It's
racism.
like, oh yes, yeah, just it always devolves back into racism, and it's like the least expecting people too. Like it's like a bunch of people that don't realize that like it's racism in disguise. Like saying shit like this. It's like, oh, dude. And they're so abstinent about their beliefs too. Like in the comments, you'll go and you'll read like, dude, this never actually happened. There's this and this reason. There's people reacting like, hey, dumbass, like this isn't actually this. You're gonna mention the Baghdad battery for the 18th billionth time, like It's not even real. You know, the Baghdad battery isn't even like it isn't even what they like claim it to be.
Well,
it's
what's
like
the
not even
Baghdad battery supposed to be?
It's supposed to be like a primitive form of generating energy. So like basically it's like a primitive battery. So that's why it's called a Baghdad battery. And it was found near Baghdad. You know what it is?
What?
It is a way to preserve scrolls. And it's literally the same way they preserve scrolls like in various other places around the area too. Literally not even that. And literally what they're referencing is this one study that essentially said, yeah, these types of conditions could theoretically produce like one charge. Not a battery whatsoever, not anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not even enough.
In the ideal conditions, it would hypothetically do this.
Yes.
And they're like, that's a fact. And we have that as a fact now.
And it's only one of those vases that could potentially do that. The rest were like, oh yeah, no. And all the vases are exactly the same. Like, there's nothing specifically unique about this vase that would make it any different. Like, it's complete bunk. And that was like the one thing that, like, when you don't know what you're talking about, oh, Baghdad battery. Okay, yeah, primitive forms of electricity.
Hold on to this one argument.
Yeah. It's like, that's the only one that potentially could, convince some people. But, like, once you read into the study, no. Nothing. It's absolute bunk. The whole way through. All of it is trash and garbage. Like, no evidence. They'll falsify everything. Like, it's trash. It's trash. I'm so fed up with it. I'm so fed up with it. It's so fed up with it.
It'd be like that.
So fed up with it. So fed up with it.
All right. Well,
anyways,
we got aliens in Peru.
Now that I've had my minute.
After reports of bizarre occurrences in a village, the locals claim they are being menaced by 7 FE tall armored aliens with large heads and yellow eyes in Peru. Locals describe creatures resembling the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man franchise. These astonishing claims have emerged from the Iquitu indigenous people, residing in the remote district of Alto Nane, northeast of Lima. According to their accounts, a 15-year-old girl was allegedly attacked by one of these mysterious monsters. Desperate to defend themselves, hunters have fired their guns at the creatures, but it appears these beings are immune to human weapons and can vanish at will. Various theories surround these enigmatic sightings, ranging from real extraterrestrial beings to creatures from local folklore. Some speculate that the creatures might be drones camouflaged with cloth and masks, used to frighten the villagers by illegal miners.
No. I've had a couple of people send me updates on this, and I just recently found out about it, and I did a little research on it and found out that these beings supposedly, this has been going on since July the 11th, and this is happening every night. Supposedly this is happening every night. They're being attacked. They're calling them the face peelers. They have yellow eyes. They have these special shoes, they say, that they levitate. And you ask yourself, and they're comparing it to cattle mutilations, that what they're doing. And I've just done some research and Google, like anybody else could do, and they're claiming that they've done this, and that they found a couple of people, and their whole skin peeled off, just a skull. I mean, they describe them, like he said, with a Green Goblin look or whatever, with this armor on. And you ask yourself, what type of being would this be? Well, see, this is the thing. And this is the reason I tell people, I believe the story, but they've called the military out. This is international news, by the way. This is going on. They'll cover it up. They'll sweep it under the rug, I'm sure. But it's going to get to the point.
Sure, they will.
They, yeah. Who's they? Who's they? Huh? How about that?
Them.
Answer that question. Who's that? Who's they? And I know it's not me. Who's they?
The Jews, obviously. Come on, man. You know this. So, yeah, they're like, I can't verify if this is real. According to the villagers, 7-foot-tall aliens have been attacking them every night for the past month. Wearing astronaut-looking suits, they have a red glow near their legs and torso, riding levitating devices like the Green Goblin. They've been shot using an AK. They just get knocked down. They get up and escape using ships. There's grainy supposed attack footage included.
Grainy.
The grainy footage is a load of people in the dark with flashlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous hysteria.
Also, one of the first videos that played right there, that shit looks so CGI'd. The one with like the outline of a human, it looked so superimposed onto the video. You might as well put like a PNG file strutting across the screen.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So let me see. And then you get tweets like this. At GNAP has a piece of alien element 115. Ross Coulthart knows location of giant spaceships. Dr. Stephen Greer can summon aliens at will. 3 men that can prove the claims of UFOs once and for all. Why aren't UFO buffs lobbying these 3 men to reveal aliens? So, yeah. It's like, summon aliens at will.
This got to be LARPing at this point. This has got to be a live action role playing. Like they're taking their sci-fi D&D match to the real world. Like, no, no. I want to say I can't believe they actually believe this, but
I know it's
you never know nowadays. Or I guess ever. Like, can never know.
You don't ever know.
Yeah, you don't ever know.
And it's like you said, you're gonna have a hard time because there's all these people saying things like this, of like accepting, yes, well, aliens might be real, but then you have people going, well, I know someone that can summon them at will. It's like, yeah, my girlfriend in Canada, like that's the kind of energy it's giving me. Like,
my girlfriend, you don't know her because she goes to a different school.
Exactly.
But she's totally real. She lives in a separate state.
Yeah. So as far as that aliens in Peru thing, there's no actual evidence in that video. It's just people with flash. I don't know. There's something there.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Lil Tay conspiracy?
Lil Tay, I have heard of this. I have heard of Lil Tay's supposed passing.
Death.
Yes.
So Lil Tay, right? Lil Tay is not dead. Let's backtrack a little bit. Lil Tay claimed...
Is she actually not dead?
They claimed to have passed away, right? Someone on Instagram said, Lil Tay's passed away, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was like, oh my God, this is so crazy, right? Then fishy things start happening basically within that same day where they reached out for the dad at work to comment, and the dad declined to comment. Now, if your daughter had died, would you still be at work again? I don't know. But
yeah,
there was also reports that Lil Tay and her brother were being abused by the parents or abused by the brother, right? And now people are saying that the brother actually set this up as a publicity stunt because now they're saying Lil Tay is not dead. Claims social media was hacked. But their old social media manager said, they like this smells very fishy. I don't think they were actually hacked. This feels like a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
because she had lost relevance.
Well, she's been lost relevance since like 2019 or whatever.
And the Alberta and Los Angeles County, 2 places where she would usually live, both of them said we haven't received notification of her death, and there's no proof of her death.
Yeah,
that's why people were like, wait, what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah,
so
like,
Finally, what is this? On the 10th. Yeah, so this was 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Social media personality Lil Tay is very much still alive, claiming her Instagram account was compromised and used to spread jarring misinformation about her and her brother's death. So, in a statement provided to TMZ from Tay's family, she tells TMZ, I just want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. So, my Instagram was compromised by a third party, used to spread jarring misinformation and rumors regarding to me, to the point where even my name is wrong. My legal name is Tay Tian, not Claire Hope. That kind of stuff. So,
I don't know. I blame the parents. The parents of Little Tay are
exploiting her.
Yeah, basically. I think it was a publicity stunt, maybe. But I also think that it's the parents. I think both things can be true. I think it might have been a publicity stunt, but I think it was done by the parents. So her hack, I guess, was real. It's just that it's her parents. That's why she's not mentioning anyone specific.
Yeah,
I don't like the parents.
The other thing is too, what's still unclear is why it took Tay 24 hours to get the word out she's alive, especially because she says she was aware her account was hacked and was getting phone calls about her death. So why would she take so long?
Yeah.
Huh? Checkmate.
Unless she didn't have access to it for some reason. And again, the parents.
Parents abusing. Maybe they took away the phone or something.
Yeah, exactly. It would be very easy for a parent to take over a child's social media account. I don't find that difficult to believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I guess that is giving her the benefit of doubt, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was it was supposed to be this whole like, oh my God, she's dead, and then there's gonna be like a comeback and stuff, but it kind of fizzled out. There was no.
Also, it also kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. What kind of comeback can you have for faking your death?
And faking your death is illegal, I think.
No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure faking your death is illegal.
No, if you have obligations, but you have a right to disappear.
So let's see. A fake death called stage death. Blah blah. Let me see. Is faking your death? Okay, not the act itself. You're right.
Yeah.
So
you have a right to disappear. I think it's called. Basically, as long as you can just up and leave or fake your death or whatever. As long as you're not committing fraud, like actually submitting death papers to the government or whatever, like fraud, some other tangential things that might happen if you try to make it official. But you could fake your death and leave and just disappear, and that's not illegal. You have a right to disappear. You have standing obligations, like if you owe someone money, you have to pay them back. Like credit card or whatever.
That is a crime then.
That's a crime. But the act itself, like if you have no debts, or like not necessarily if you have no debts, but like.
You have no obligations?
Yeah, like if you keep paying your debts or whatever, like if you fulfill your obligations.
So they fake their death, but their credit cards are still active.
Yeah, exactly.
So someone was suddenly buying stuff over in Brazil.
No, but like if if you're not paying them anymore, like if you basically go through the process of faking your death, but you don't have any crimes that would need your presence or whatever, like credit card debt or whatever, then you can just disappear. No, there's no law stopping you from doing that. You could literally just disappear. A lot of people actually do it. You get reports of people going missing. Like there's a whole thing where like hundreds or dozens of people go missing in like national parks every year, and some of them just decide, like a good portion of them just decide to go live up there, and they're never heard from again. They either die up there or they make out a living. There's a lot of people, I think, in like the Appalachian Trail that do something similar, where like they'll just go into the woods, make a life out there, and live there, disconnected from society.
Makes sense. Have you seen the new Loki trailer?
Yes, I saw.
Let's watch it again because it's only 2 minutes long. The new one, right?
Obi? Hello? We have a little bit of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Mobius! Wow! Great to see you again!
That's what's been happening.
Wow! Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present.
Hello?
If what I saw is true, there's nothing to stand between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out. Little good old-fashioned legwork. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. It's really goodbye.
It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
You're good.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose who lives and who dies?
Make the hard choice.
It's him.
You better run!
War is on its way.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Always have been. Always will be.
A little over the top, don't you think?
I thought it was spot on.
Did I tell you? It's going to be one of the best shows.
I think so. I like it. I think it's going to live up.
And we're going to need something refreshing after this fucking Secret Invasion, man. Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion was such dog shit, dude.
It was very bad. So,
so dog shit. So dog shit.
One thing I'm gonna say for the Loki trailer is they still have Kang in there, so that's they're still gonna.
Well, he's supposed to be like
Jonathan,
the main thing.
Yeah, they're still gonna run with Jonathan Majors.
Well, because
so.
they didn't
they disprove it or something.
Yeah, it got disproven, and what's funny is that the the supposed victim acted exactly as Jonathan Majors ended up describing what she did to him. Like, I think she's on the run from the police. Like, she didn't show up to court because she was on the run from the police and her lawyer. Like, she wasn't contacting the lawyer because she got she's wanted for assault, basically.
Well,
and like one of the claims was that it wasn't Jonathan Majors assaulting her. She was the one being abusive to him. She was hitting him and she was doing all that.
Well, I guess. Well,
that was the supposed thing, and like supposedly now she's on the run.
They could probably easily rewrite her out of it. I'm sorry, rewrite him out of it.
Yeah.
Either way, so.
Well, wait, him?
Yeah, because he could just change his face. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like it'll just be. It's like, oh, now I'm Kang. I had to change my face since everyone saw my face or some BS. I don't know. Since you've discovered me.
Or no, just enough iterations of Kang changed, so the Jonathan Majors versions phased out, and the new one, because like that's his whole thing, right? He's like lived such a long life and in different parts. Yeah, he's always like different.
You never know who he is. So
freaking one of them is a superhero.
Yeah,
Iron Lad.
So I don't know. That's just what we got so far. So Broke till Friday.
Broke till Friday.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.